guys, and welcome to not a lesson, but one of perhaps the most important guitar-related YouTube videos in the world. Who is the greatest guitarist? More importantly, what makes a guitarist great? For different people, it might mean different things, and we are going to look at 8 of the, in my opinion, some of the greatest guitarists for particular reasons. So whether it might be the speed and technique being what makes a guitarist great, or whether it is the appeal to the audience, whether it's stage presence, performance, whether it's uniqueness, creating a unique voice on the guitar. Whatever reason, I've selected 8 guitarists that I think suit into those categories, but there might be a few missing, and if there is, I want you to post a comment and to let other people know about guitarists that you think are the greatest and why. So let's take a look at the contenders and see who we got. Okay, the first guy I would like to talk about is Tommy Emmanuel. Now, Tommy Emmanuel is an acoustic fingerstyle guitarist from Australia, and he has been setting the world on fire with his blazing skills on the acoustic guitar. Now, he's a bit of a unique one, because most people tend to think of electric guitarists as the best guitarist in the world. But I think Tommy Emmanuel has got something particularly special on the acoustic guitar. He was influenced from guitarists like Chet Atkins and other fingerstyle guitarists of the time. Now, I chose him as possibly the greatest guitarist for his ability to rearrange songs. Some people consider arranging songs in a particular way as something that is really good for a guitarist to be able to do, and he is one of the best, I would say, at doing that. But what do you think? Tommy Emmanuel, the best guitarist in the world? Tell me your thoughts by posting a comment below. Alright, next up we got Slash. Now, the fact that I've just said Slash, some of you may have just fallen off your chair in anger, some of you might be throwing things at me, some of you will be screaming yes! Because Slash, for many people, causes a big divide. Now, I chose him because some people consider the best guitarist in the world as someone who can appeal to the masses. Who is the most famous guitarist in the world? It is probably going to be Slash. Some people hate him, some people love him, pretty much everyone knows of him. And he's still alive, unlike some other guitarists who are no longer alive, who are equally as famous. But I chose him for mass appeal. Alright, next up, the classic, always in the top 10 of the greatest guitarists in the world for varying reasons. I've chosen him because, well, I'll explain in a minute. Jimi Hendrix, unfortunately, no longer here, died in a controversial drug overdose, or very many other stories of how he died. Fact is, he was one of the guys that developed the electric guitar and created some of the best guitarists in the world. Now, I chose him because some people say the greatest guitarists in the world are those people who influence other people to pick up the guitar and play. That's something that I think is very special. That's why I teach guitar, is because I try and get people to play guitar. The more guitarists in the world, the better music will be, because I love guitar music. Jimi Hendrix was one of the founders of that sort of philosophy. He influenced very many of the guitarists who are out there today. So if you think the best guitarist in the world is someone who can influence people, then my suggestion is Jimi Hendrix. But what do you think? After Jimi Hendrix, we got another controversial character, Yngwie Malmsteen. Now, he was credited for starting an entire genre of music called neoclassical, which there are a great few influenced guitarists. But unlike Jimi Hendrix, he invented a particular style that was very unique at the time, based off of classical music and the works of Bach, Paganini and violin composers. He used that to create his unique sound on guitar, and he was known for his extreme alternate picking speed, virtuosity, and also being a bit of an arrogant. But other than that, he is certainly someone who people consider as the greatest guitarist in the world. Regardless of his personality, if you feel that creating a genre of your very own is a particular important thing to make the greatest guitarist in the world, Yngwie Malmsteen might be your choice. Let me know what you think. Alright, next up. Some of you guys may not have heard of this guy, Guthrie Govan. Now, Guthrie Govan is a relatively new guitarist in terms of he's only been around, or only been in the limelight, as it were, for about 3 or 4 years. And he's a big influence on my playing, because I've been influenced by guitarists who I'm going to talk about in a minute. But some people would say that the greatest guitarist in the world is someone who can sit into many different styles and have complete control and flexibility of all the different styles that are available. If that's the case, I would put forward Guthrie Govan, because his experience in various styles, country, rock, jazz, blues, soul, reggae, funk, The guy can do it all extremely well and has very flawless technique. One of my all-time favourite guitarists, for me personally, I'm not saying he's the greatest guitarist in the world because that's for you guys to debate on this video. That's why it's such an important video. But Steve Vai. Now I chose him because some people say that the uniqueness of a player is what makes them the greatest guitarist in the world. If you can sound different to everyone else, then you have done something extremely special. Eric Clapton. Now, not renowned for technique, speed, virtuosity, dexterity or flexibility, but renowned worldwide for his ability to make every note that he plays count. Do you need 21 notes a second, sweep picking licks to be the greatest guitarist in the world? Or do you need to send a message to people that people will listen to? It's again coming back to this connection with an audience being more important than the physical pyrotechnics of playing. Now the last one, who is going to cause a lot of controversy. Please don't smash your keyboard trying to attack people on this video if you're getting into the debate. Some people say, and I see this all the time, YouTube videos, forums, that a guitarist is great because of how fast they play, and then other people comment, this is not, speed is not as important as melodic material or sounding catchy or rhythmical or whatever. This guy I've put forward because simply some people think that the faster you can play, the better you are as a guitarist. Well, this guy holds the world record for the fastest guitarist in the world, so it makes logical sense. De La Vega. I don't know the guy, I haven't listened to his music, I have no idea what he sounds like other than he is the fastest guitarist in the world. So if you believe that speed equals the greatest guitarist in the world, then De La Vega will probably be your choice. And there's a number of other guitarists I haven't mentioned. Carlos Santana, for example, which is very similar to a few that I've mentioned. Joe Satriani, very similar to the Steve Vai and the Virtuoso guys, John Petrucci. There are many guitarists out there who I haven't put on this list, but if you feel that they are the greatest guitarist and you can justify why, post your comment on this YouTube video. This is going to be a debate that I want you to join in. Let's see if we can figure out who is the greatest guitarist in the world once and for all on one video. I'm going to be watching your posts, I'm going to be reading every single post, and I'm also going to be responding to everyone who takes the time to put their point of view across. And we're going to argue this one out, we're going to debate this one out, however long it takes, and at the end of it I will be making a follow-up video to the guy who has been crowned by the YouTube community as the greatest guitarist in the world, living or dead.